So here are the basic ingredients that we need. 1 cup of cream, 1.5 cup of fresh milk, 7 egg yolks, 75 ml water and 100 ml water, sugar, cornstarch, vanilla, salt, and the butter. But this time I only used 1/4 cup instead of 60 grams butter. It's okay. So first we need to warm the water. This is needed for the process of the caramelization of the sugar. So the second is you have to mix the 75 ml water and the 1.5 cup of sugar. You have to make sure that it's well combined because we don't need to stir this while it's on heat. So in this process, it's not yet heated, or the pot is not yet heated. So I just mix it all up, and then next is turn on at medium heat, and then so be prepared with the brush and the water on the side so that you could brush off the crystals that are forming on the sides of the pan, because it has a tendency of getting your sugar burned on the side. So just to make sure it won't happen, that's the best procedure to do. So while it's boiling, you make sure that you are watching this process because you can't leave this alone. Just have to keep swirling until you have reached the point wherein this will achieve the golden brown color, because that's the caramel that we are wanting to get. So just keep swirling and don't turn back, because next thing you know, it's burned. And you have to do the same process again. It's really gonna take your patience away from you, but you know, we have to be patient. So now we are in the process of putting the hot water to the forming caramel. So you have to be careful, and if you need to stay away or just a feet away from your caramel, do it, because this is getting a little bit crazy over here. So be careful when doing this. So now we're going to the next process. This is the combination of the egg, the vanilla, the cornstarch, and the salt. And of course, the caramel. So just be sure to combine the cornstarch and the egg very well so that it prevents the lumpy texture. And then in this pan, you combine the milk and the cream all together and mix it. Is in the mixture as well as the caramel. It's already at the room temperature, because if not, it's gonna make the egg cook by itself. So we have to mix it well. It's starting to get really delicious at this time. It's really important that you combine it well, because you don't want lumps of the cornstarch into your mixture at the end of the process. So be sure that your icing will achieve the smooth or the creaminess of the caramel icing. So now you can see the milk is already boiling, and then it's time to turn off the heat, or no, sorry about that. Just make sure that it's at the low temperature, and then you combine the caramel and egg mixture and mix it all well, and put the salt, and then stir it until we achieve the thickness of the caramel like this, and then you put the butter until it melts and be well combined to our caramel sauce. And so you can see it's already getting thicker and thicker as the process goes on. So we are on the cake process. We have 8 egg yolks, 2 cups of cake flour, 80 grams sugar, 100 ml oil, 100 ml milk. I used whole milk here. 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1.5 teaspoon of vanilla. So first, you have to mix the egg, the sugar, and then the oil, the milk, the vanilla, and then now the cake flour. So doing the meringue, we need of course, the sugar, the egg whites, and the cream of tartar. So we need a hand mixer or a stand mixer, whichever it is that you have in your kitchen. And this process will take about 3 to 5 minutes to do. And make sure that you put it at the highest speed for the beating of the egg whites first, until it achieves the stiff peak. Then the cream of tartar. And gradually put the sugar while it's beating. So all it takes is patience to achieve the smoothness of this meringue, so that when you combine it with the egg and or the cake mixture rather, um, we can achieve the soft and smooth chiffon cake that we want to have. So as you can see, this is what we want to achieve as our meringue mixture is going to be part of our cake mixture. So make sure it's well combined with the cake mixture before we do the actual baking. So make sure that before we put it in the baking tray, the oven is preheated at 325 degrees Fahrenheit, and I actually baked this for 22 minutes. I think my oven is gonna take a little less time to do this, because when I got to that point when I pulled it from the oven, it was a little bit overbaked. As for me, I really want the spongy or the really chiffony type of cake, but if I were to do this again, I would bake this for 20 minutes and then check it again. So give it a good tap so the bubbles will come out of the cake mixture before you put it in the oven. So here is the actual cake that I got out of the oven. So you make sure that the caramel icing is already at the room temperature. This caramel icing that we did earlier was like 2 hours cooked, so it is already it was sitting in the refrigerator for 2 hours, so it's not that cold, neither warm, so it's ready for the icing process. So this was the first cake that I did last Friday, and last Sunday I also made one caramel cake, but I changed the design. I was looking the cake that I did last Friday was not really attractive, so I looked for other options. So I made instead of the caramel frosting, I made a buttercream and put a red coloring or red food color into it to make it appear as this lovely baby pink for the birthday celebration of my friend's daughter. One thing I realized though is that icing a cake is not easy as it is. So um, I'm really challenged, and this is making me excited every time I bake cake. I really look forward into designing it, and even if it's like ugly looking cake, I am really happy that I made one for my family or for my friends. So this is a happiness that I could share to my friends or to my family during this holiday. So um, you just have to enhance it, or rather put some pink pearls on the cake and some other designs that you could buy from the store. So just make sure it's edible so that kids could eat it. So I guess just have to, you know, clean it up afterwards. The sides that we had messed up after the icing, so I bought uh, pink and purple tiara candies from Target. This is from Wilton also. So just have to put it on top to make it appear as it was not a home baked cake. So this is actually a gift for my friend's daughter. Don't hate it. So we could actually put pink or purple or alternately, and then just make sure it looks good and it feels good to the kids. You know, kids love this cake, so everything that is pink or purple, especially the girls, will surely love this. And of course, some little heart, a pink and a purple heart. That's it. Hope you liked the video. And thanks for watching, guys.